Hello everybody, today is Isolate here, and today we're going to be making over the Bjergsen family. I believe their name is Swedish, but don't, rely on me for that. This is one of my favorite families and get together, so we're going to make them over a little bit. I'm going to first off with Dad Bjergsen. His traits are gloomy, good, and a slob. Now, of course, he's married to Clara. He's in a spy career. And he's of course in two clubs. One that he runs, which is Air the Good Timers, mostly a chill out club. And he's part of the Garden Gnomes, which is run by, I believe, Lucas Munch or Morgana Phrase. The thing is, I'm going through all their outfits, so this may be a little bit more of a longer video than, normal for Cass. Now, as you see, we're going through, of course, the daddy first, and we're going to, of course, make sure he has a little bit more of an updated look to him. I kind of see more casual than anything else, so a little bit more relaxed, laid back. Even though he's like a spy, I think that's what he will do to make sure people don't actually think he's a spy. And of course, they came before the updates, with of course seasons updates, so of course we're going to be giving also a bit of a seasons update as well. So they have some cold, hot weather outfits with all of the, now I'm gonna go to Clara. She's the cook, and she is part of two groups as well. The first group that she's in is, of course, the Powerhouses. And then her own group, which they do cooking in. She's the leader of that group. And I'm just giving her also a little bit of a makeover. She doesn't need that much done with her. I'm just gonna give her a little bit more of a different... I'm, of course, gonna try and do my best to make sure this is a very short video, but I have no promises. Skin overlay and some eyelashes. Maybe fix her makeup up a bit too. The reason why I chose this household because they have a very interesting backstory, but I'll read them more when we get, of course, to Sophia, because this backstory is mostly based around her, or their family bio. It's written more about Sophia than anyone else in the family. Now they live in Windenburg in the house called the Lighthouse, and of course, the mom's also somewhat fairly well-toned, but not as much as Bjergsen. Let's give him a little bit more of a thing. In my head, I see Clara as more as a bit more of a sim that can show up her well when she chooses to, but not really, if you know what I'm saying. Like, she has enough money that she can really, like, buy the whole town, but chooses not to. Because she kind of feels like it's important to give back to the community and show respect where it's given. This is one of actually very few houses that actually were like made with swimwear. So I'm just always going to put Sims with longer hair in my game with a bit more of an updo, fixing out their outfits, pretty much showing off. Now, I love playing with this family, and I'm going to read the family bio. Teen musical prodigy Sophia has dreams. She's going to make it big. Not even her gloomy father, her perfectionist mother, or her pesky genius kid sister can stop her from making her way to the top. Now, I kind of see Sophia also not really fitting into the standards of the way her family looks, and this is where I do change up a little bit of her features. As you can see, I do give her a bit more with different eyes. It's because the way the eyes looked in Cass and don't look really white, and those eyes always glitch out in my game, so I had to change it more or less. I also kind of see Sophia a little bit chubby as well, but I won't make her very extremely chubby, and I do see her more in the shape of a pear than anything else. Of course, I give her pink outfits because she is, of course, part of the Paragons group, and they are like one of the more popular groups in Windenburg, which will go for which I'll talk about their rival group very soon, the Renegades. Because I kind of see little Miss Sophia over here going out with, of course, one of the members of the Renegades, and that will, of course, be Wolfgang Munch. When I first played them, she had an attraction to him. I guess it was more of the opposites attract than anything else that was going on with her and Wolfgang. So since then, I really do want to see them pretty much more together. I know some people see more of, like, Wolfgang and Morgana from the Phrase household together, but I don't know, I like the way they kind of play off each other. Good girl and a bad boy. A girl who's had pretty much everything and a bad boy who's been raised by his mom by himself. Kind of show the uniqueness of worlds together. Sorry, my voice is a little bit crackly because the weather's been changing constantly, and I don't do well when weather goes from hot to cold and then back again. First, I give her lots of pink outfits so she can look very, very cute. But I'm gonna give her some black outfits, kind of showed him maybe she stole some things from Wolfgang when he wasn't, like, looking. Of course, his closet, like that hoodie, like that sweater over there. Because I like actually the way her story turns out, or at least how I play her, at least. I do recommend, if you guys are getting a bit bored, just play with a pre-made household and then make some drama. I'm of course gonna make sure that you can at least tell where the CC is from. Mostly, and of course, as usual, we're fixing up the weather outfits. She doesn't have that much to fix about her, but we're still gonna tweak some things around a little bit. My actual gameplay, I may end up getting them more outfits, but for here, I'll just leave them with one or two, so it's not that much difficult. I'm a very slow creator in cast, I guess. If you look at how I make my Sims, but I try to be as fast as I can, since now that I'm uploading with a voice audio in my videos. As well, before my save corrupted, I had a feeling where I was playing along with Sophia's story. Like her trying to get to the top and succeed in life now. With her aspirations. Now we're gonna go over to Sophia. And now we're going to move on to Elsa. She's a genius and she leads, of course, the Adventure Scouts. With, of course, the Viriel brothers. And she is, of course, she's a genius and she's actually a B student in elementary. Sophia's a C student. So yeah, there's a bit of favoritism going on. And I believe her favorite color would be yellow, if we were to actually know what favorite colors were by Sim, if they were to add it in-game. But we will never know, because EA likes to keep us in the dark. Of course, I'm fixing up most of her outfits to make sure she looks actually pretty cute. And yeah, now I'm going to leave you alone. And enjoy the rest of the speed video. Bye-bye! Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching the video and see you next time. Bye bye!